Hello everyone, how's it going? It's FasterAutoKeys, and in today's video we're going to show you how to go from a old, worn out or broken key into a brand new key with a new key shell. This is a Buick key, but it is also shared with GMC, Chevrolet, and other brands outside the United States. We have a key with 4 buttons, but the process is the same whether you have 5 buttons, 3 buttons, a remote start button, or none at all. If you need a key, check us out at FasterAutoKeys.com. Unlike other sellers, we are also able to ship a brand new key straight to your house with a cutting service included. As you can see here, this is the original key, and as long as you are able to provide a picture of an existing key blade, something like this, we are able to ship a new key with the cutting included. This means you do not have to go to a dealership and pay a premium for a new key, or drive around looking for a place that can have it cut for you and pay an outrageous price. We have this key available with all of the button versions as a shell and the chipped key with a cutting service available. If you already have a key and you'd like to have it cut, we have a service where you can mail us the key and we'll cut it for you. There are a few tools that are needed to get this done, and the main one is known as circlip pliers. This is the tool right here, and basically when you close the handle it opens at the end. If you don't have this tool, just follow along with the video. You might have something else that will work, but we do have this available as a toolkit. This is the circlip pliers, and you're going to also need a little tiny pin, something like this, to remove the key blade from the old key. A little hammer would help as well, and this is not too needed, but this makes the process a lot easier. We're basically going to remove the blade from the old key to give us an access point to open it apart using the circlip pliers. This will be the easiest way to open your key. This will prevent you from wasting the entire day trying to pry it apart. We're going to be servicing this key because, as you can see right here, this button pad is starting to rip off. This one is not too bad, but this is a problem that is very common with this type of key. And what happens is that this piece will eventually come off, and then you're going to, as a lot of people do, start pressing the button directly without the button pad. And then what will eventually happen is, as you can see right here, this button pad ripped off. The person started to press the button manually with their finger, and then the button will either rip off like it did right here, or dust, dirt, grime will start to go inside the key and it will corrode the inside, and then at that point you're going to have to buy a brand new key and have it programmed. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and begin. The first thing we're going to do is remove the battery, because you do not want to open this key with the battery, and as you can see, the back cover just came off very easily. The next thing you're going to need is your flathead screwdriver, and just go ahead and pop the battery off to have it removed. If you need to change the battery, this uses a CR2032 battery. Once we have the battery removed, what we're going to do, as you can see right here, there is a little pin, and we're going to punch this pin out so that we can have the blade removed, which will give us an access point right here, the best access point available to open this key apart. Alright, as you can see, we just removed the pin, and now that the pin is off, the blade came off that easily. What we're going to do now is go ahead and open this key apart, and I recommend that you get a small bag something like this, and when you open this key inside the bag, the pieces will go everywhere, but it will all be in the bag and you won't lose anything. Make sure it's all the way inside. You can see the casing opened. The remote is right here. And again, if you're not using the pliers, what's going to happen is that sometimes you might just be able to rip the top part, like right here, and then this piece will still be attached to the other half, and then you're going to have to spend a very long time just trying to pry this apart, but it is possible. Now that we have the remote, let's go ahead and transfer this remote to the new key. And for your convenience, the new key will arrive already pre-opened so that you don't have to do this with the new key. So you can see it's open already. And we're gonna lose the spring tension, but don't worry, we'll go over how to put it back. It's not hard to do at all. Go ahead and grab the remote and align it in the new shell. That is it. And at this point, we're going to wind everything back together. If your button is off, go ahead and grab it and just slide it into the arm. As you can see, there is a little part of this button that is higher than the others. If you look inside, there's going to be a section where you're able to go ahead and put this button, and then you will know that you did it right if it pops out completely on the other side. As you can see right here, the button is sticking out completely. At this point, go ahead and put the arm with the button inside the new shell, and then with the spring, make sure that the end, as you can see right here with this little piece sticking out, make sure this one doesn't go inside the button. Make sure it's this part right here. Once you put it inside, just give it a twist until you start to feel that it's kind of locked in place and there's some tension. As you can see, the little piece that sticks out of the spring, you're going to want this piece to go in right here on the shell so that it will catch in place, and when you wind the shell back together and close it, there's going to be tension, and that's what's going to make the blade flip out when you press the button. At this point, just give it one complete rotation. Kind of hard to do this with the camera in the way, but as you can see, I winded it completely. Go ahead and align the shell together and just snap it in place. So you can see it snapped, and make sure that it's closed everywhere. Now we can go ahead and open this and put the battery back inside, and then we'll just close the cover. We're going to pull out the frequency tester here and turn it on, and it might be a little hard to see with the lighting, but when I press the button, you can see there's a signal, and at this point everything is good to go. That is all that you have to do to change the shell. And the last thing we're going to do, which may apply to your case or may not apply to your case, is go over how to change the blade if you are going to try to use the blade from your original key and putting that in the new key. We highly recommend getting the key with a cutting service, but if you order a key without a cutting service from us, we will ship the key, the new key, without the blade. We'll remove the blade for you, so all you have to do is go ahead and get your old blade and put it into the key. As you can see, there is one way that it has to go in, which will be this way, And once the blade is in place, you're going to grab the pin that will arrive with the new key shell, put it into the hole, and now you have to just punch it back in the same way you removed the pin from the old key to install the blade, and it will hold itself in place. That's all you're going to have to do. It is a very annoying process, and the key in this video is having the cutting service, but that option is available. Alright, well that is it. How to go from an old key, a worn out key, or a broken key into a brand new key with a new key shell. As you can see, the button actually ripped off as we were going along through the video. This is a good way to prevent your existing key from being corroded or having the buttons rip off, making you have to buy a brand new key. Once again, if you need a new key, feel free to check us out at FasterAutoKeys.com. We're able to make this key with a cutting service using a picture of an existing key blade. And we have not just a shell, but we also have the chipped key in stock. Feel free to check us out. I hope this video helped you out in your situation. And once again, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good one.